Go.
I think we should have everybody here on Wednesday. No fall, no commercials. Every day I take it. You know what? Every day I take it. You deserve yet another day. If you're a great orator, you can memorize your statements. If you can't, you can't. I just need a what else that you call it? You got to talk to us. What would you understand? Listen, we got to disagree, man. That's fine. We just have different philosophies. If somebody agrees with you, I got a tweet that said, let that man read his tweet. Yeah, tweet it, you. Full disclosure.
Coming to you live from off location is the In Full Disclosure Show. I am your host, Mo Morris. Along with my partner somewhere out there in the universe, Rasul Sharif. As always, the third man with us is the resident engineer, Mr. Steve Wells. Please check us out at All Access 660. You can also go to zenapp.com and type in All Access 660, and you will find any and everything that you want to know about the In Full Disclosure Show. If you want to reach out to us, please follow our engineer at BreezeDBL on Instagram and on Twitter. If you'd like to speak with our missing partner over here, you can always find him at Rasul Sharif 660 on IG and on Twitter. Last but not least, if you want to speak to me, you can find me at Mo Morris 660 on IG and on Twitter. As you guys can see, today we are not in our normal location. We are via Skype. We are taking ourselves into the future. However, 1/3 of our trio is not here in the future, so I'm not going to speak to him first. I'm going to speak to Breeze first. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm loving your background over there. Everything is looking great. The foliage all in the background, the sun windows. Very nice, man. I like that.
Got the little scenery going on here. Real strong, bro. Nice morning. Beautiful.
Very nice, man. Very festive. Very put together. As I said, we are definitely trying something a little bit different today. We're going via Skype. I think it's going to be a great thing. I don't think there's going to be any issues. We spent some time yesterday trying to make sure everything's working properly, and it was. Unfortunately, Russell was having some issues this morning for whatever reason. His computer's acting crazy. But Solan's there. You are there. Is that correct? Good morning.
Oh yeah, I'm here, but they can't see any of you either. So don't act crazy. I'm working all that out over here. So you over there?
Any of us
No. But I will work that out very shortly. But
come on, man.
hey, listen, man. Listen, anybody can take over these technical duties anytime they want to. My bad.
Absolutely.
I'm
not interested.
I'm trying. Yeah, me neither. I'm trying to work this out right now though. But everything's good, man. I mean, this is a different look, a different view. I think that this is something that we can do in the future as we all, think about traveling and moving around. And I know you guys are frequently in and out of the northern hemisphere, so the show can go on. We are trying to work out ways to make sure that the show goes on. So it should be special.
Yeah, definitely. I think, as you said, when one of us is away on vacation or something, we can still absolutely set up the whole Skype situation as long as there's Wi-Fi. So it's definitely a good thing. So bear with us today, people who are listening. we may have a hiccup here or there, but I'm not anticipating very many, if any at all. So definitely bear with us on that situation. I guess today I kind of wanted to start with Lamar Odom in this first segment. As you know, we all know Lamar Odom, NBA player, two-time NBA champ. I didn't look up his stats. I probably should have, but two-time NBA champ. He was Sixth Man of the Year one year. He was on one of the Olympics teams that won the bronze medal. They didn't win the gold, they won the bronze. Local New York guy. He's a great talent all the way from high school, all the way through college, to the pros. He had a situation this week where he was found unresponsive at some sort of bunny ranch or something out in Las Vegas. And the paramedics had to be called. They flew on a chopper to try and fly him out. Because of his stature, he couldn't even fit in a chopper, which means they had to drive him to 70 or 80 miles to the hospital, which I'm sure took a little bit away from his chances of surviving. However, as of yesterday, I haven't seen anything this morning. As of yesterday, he was conscious. He's breathing on his own. He is also speaking a little bit. He's having some conversation. So
miraculous, man.
Yeah, listen, it's miraculous. Now, he's not out of the woods yet.
No doubt.
However,
Still.
His functions of his body, his organs are starting to function again. He's starting to come back. And, obviously our prayers go out to him, definitely mine. You don't want to see that happen to someone who seemingly has everything in life in front of them. It's kind of as a sobering reminder that money and fame and, all the things that, many of us strive for don't really mean anything, at the end of the day. So, Breeze, I don't know if you have any thoughts on the situation.
No, it's really a tragic situation. I think everybody has expressed a real consensus sentiment about it. It's just the thing that I really find great is that no matter what, people came to his aid, and regardless of their contributions towards trying to, aid his wellness, when he really needed people to come and be at his side, because I think that the vigilance was really big, because that was miraculous, nothing short of it, for it to be a 50-50 situation. But just really wish him well, and I if you've never seen an example of prayer and human spirit, because I'm a big, personal aura. You get energy from people, and at that time that was needed, and he got it. Can't take anything for granted, man. We really can't. We do, unfortunately. Subconsciously, we have other things on our minds, but I'm just glad that he's a lot better than he was just 2 days ago.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Sue, you have any thoughts on this?
Listen, I echo all the sentiments here, but I do have a question. If that's your okay, so let's say that your wife's ex. I'm being James Harden now. How should James Harden be feeling at this moment?
I already know where you're headed in this.
I'm just asking a question. I'm not.
Right.
I'm just asking. You don't know where I'm headed. I'm just asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you James Harden, where are you right now?
I'm not. I mean, personally, me speaking, and it's just the cat that you are. I mean, it's not. I'm bugging out on the fact that this guy who I think he has somewhat of a relationship with him, he professionally, is his wellness. Now it ain't like he's trying to smash in the hospital room. That whole aspect of their relationship is over. It's just really a time and need. But and you know how dudes are. We a different breed.
Right.
For sure. So just to bring everybody up to speed of what Rasul was asking. So essentially, James Harden is allegedly dating. Well, I'm not even gonna say allegedly. He is dating Khloe Kardashian at this particular point, and Khloe Kardashian is still married to Lamar Odom. They technically have not been divorced. And once Khloe Kardashian found out what was going on with Lamar Odom, apparently she has been, by all accounts, she has been by his bedside from that moment forward. She has not left his bedside. So Rasul's asking if you're James Harden, how do you feel about it? Especially since as Breeze just said, James Harden and Lamar Odom are surely familiar with each other. Now, whether they're friends or what the situation is, don't know. But they clearly are very familiar because they're contemporaries. You know, they played in the same league, played against each other, they played running the same circle. So, how do you feel? If I'm James Harden, and I'm not looking for anything serious with Khloe Kardashian, I understand, right? So it's part of the package when you start dating a woman that's still married. It's part of the package, right? So you have to expect that if something, and you don't think that's going to happen, but if something happens, her loyalties are still going to be over there because she's technically still married to the guy and has never made any bones about the fact that she still loves him. Mm-hmm. So if I'm James Harden, and knowing James Harden's track record of switching women basically month to month or, you know, bi-monthly, however it is, he doesn't care one way or another.
Bi-monthly? Okay, I like that.
Hey, let me hit you fellas with this. What if that, you know, God forbid, and it's just, you know, for a conversation, with the situation with Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher? What if something not on that scale, but something happened to Matt Barnes or Derek Fisher on that level, whereas he was hurt in a real bad accident or whatever, and the ex, you know, got involved. You know, they just had this turmoil. You know, would his perspective be different? Would he have any compassion towards this situation, or is it just like you know, that's one less dude that I got to worry about this trying to yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to care. Matt Barnes not going to care. Yo, he's not going to care about Derek Fisher at all. It's like Matt Barnes is special, man. From what we see, he's a special guy. He's special.
A little off, Mo?
He's absolutely a little bit off. You know, on top of this whole Lamar Odom thing, there's a couple other things that went on. So Master P came out and made a comment. Essentially, caught him coming out of the grocery store, and you know, he's coming out of Ralph's out in L.A. and he's getting his big Bentley or Rolls Royce or whatever that big white thing was that, you know, he was getting ready to go drive off. And they started asking him questions. Now, apparently, he and Lamar Odom are, you know, fairly friendly, close. And essentially, what happened was they asked him about it, and he said that Kobe Bryant was being fake. He said that all Lamar Odom wanted to do was play basketball. How come he wasn't in training camp with Kobe? Kobe basically runs that Lakers organization the last couple of years. He could have had him there. And the fact that and he called Kobe fake because Kobe happened to be in Vegas playing in an exhibition game, and he found out about it and left in the third quarter to go to the hospital. Now, on top of that, I'm not going to say he left specifically for that, but I know he had some sort of a leg contusion. And I don't know if once that happened, he was just like, yo, I'm going to be out. And coach was like, go ahead and go. Byron Scott was like, just go ahead and go. So Kobe went rushing to his bedside. He was one of the first people there outside of Khloe. Actually, I think Kobe was one of the first people there. And that was just out of chance. How do you guys feel about Master P making those comments? Was he out of bounds about the comments? What did you guys think about it?
I mean, he probably shouldn't have did it. If he's real cool with Lamar, though, maybe he's feeling a little salty. But sometimes you got to be able to check your feelings. I'm not mad. I mean, people got to make a decision. Do you want the truth or do you not? And if that's what really was going on, then that's what really was going on. So I don't know if I necessarily have an issue with that or not.
Yeah, and I echo Sue's sentiment. And sometimes it might come off as abrasive and salty and insensitive, you know, based on the situation. But everybody has their opinion. Everybody expresses their views and their sentiments. You know, sometimes raw, sometimes not as. But you know. It's no harm, no foul. It might be insensitive to someone's emotions or whatever, but you know, it's no physical damage.
I'm surprised that both of you have those perspectives. I'm totally against it. Like, there was zero reason for Master P to make those comments at that particular point because the guy was really clinging to life at that point. I think it was like his second day there. There was zero reason for that to be the case. On top of that, he doesn't know the inner workings of why Lamar Odom was not in camp. Maybe Kobe Bryant did try to get him into camp. That's something he's just not have knowledge to.
Right.
Unless Lamar Odom said to him, "Listen, I went to Kobe, and Kobe was like, yo, get out of here. I'm not trying to get you in camp." Unless that happened, which I doubt, based upon Kobe's reaction of running to the hospital, it's kind of difficult for me to believe that was the actual case. It's kind of difficult for me to believe. And I know we're getting close to a break, but there's more comments from DL Hughley. Kobe responded as well to Master P's comments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and Scott Van Pelt, who I'm not necessarily the biggest fan from ESPN, he made some pretty decent comments as well, too. So I know we're close against the break.
Look, man, I people feel the way they feel, and we don't know the inner workings of everything that goes on. So, maybe some people have different insight on relationships than we do. So you gotta consume all the information and make your own decision about it. And that's all. Like, I mean, it's easy to think that Kobe's not a genuine guy. I wouldn't think that Kobe would go this far and be like fake on that. So I feel you, Mo. But I mean, we're not in there, so we don't know. And we don't know, nobody knows. So consume the information and make your own decision. That's just where I am with it. All right, coming up next, Mo's got a long agenda, and I didn't get to pull it up because we're going through this technical stuff now. So coming up next, I'm sure we're talking about some sports. We'll be back after the break.
After hour, back to the Full Disclosure Show. Thank you guys so much for listening to us today. As we're still trying to get together our Skype situation as far as the video is concerned, but the audio is there.
Oh no,
You
guys
are enjoying the show.
listen, you and Steve are all on video. You guys are all good. They got you all on video. You and Steve is flipping back and forth, and this is perfect.
Unfortunately, my man is looking like a surf right now.
Yes, I'm all good. I like this. This works.
Action, I can't see.
This works.
It makes it difficult to.
I'm digging up my nose and everything. It's all good over here.
You're out of your mind.
Yes, sir.
Before we get back to that Lamar Odom situation, really quickly, I'm going to be remiss if I don't mention and give the Democratic debate this week a little bit of attention. So we got to talk a little politics because I have been on here talking about Republican debates that have gone on over the last month or so. On Tuesday, we had the Democratic side of the debates, and I have to make this statement. I hate to say it. It was Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and three other guys I never heard of. One was a senator or a governor from Maryland, and two other guys that have zero chance. Bernie Sanders is the closest person to have a chance to even go up against Hillary Clinton, and he's so far a socialist that he's not even going to have a chance to win as well. So I watched it. I think what it did was it made Hillary Clinton clearly the front runner in the debate. It was not as entertaining as the Republican debates because obviously there's no Donald Trump. But we're going to see if Vice President Joe Biden gets in to the race. I'm thinking he's going to. I think he's going to have to make his decision by this week. But definitely it was on Tuesday. Hillary Clinton, by all accounts, did very well. Bernie Sanders, he did okay. I'm not going to say that he didn't do well, but he's just so far to the left. It's unbelievable. I mean, he's probably should be living in a socialist country because he really, really wants everyone to be equal. And that's cool. I have no issue with that. But I just don't think that bodes very well here in America. And I don't think that he's going to be a serious contender. On top of that, you know how I am about perception. He just doesn't look presidential. And you know how I am about that. And I'm going to be honest with you. On the Democratic side and the Republican side, there's very few people I've seen that looks presidential. As much as I think that Hillary Clinton is without question the most qualified of all Democrats, I don't even think she looks that presidential, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know. Did you get a chance to see any of that, Russell?
I did, but I did. Here's the thing with me. Bernie's an interesting dude, and if he was a little younger, I'd probably be like, I might be able to roll with him. I'm not the biggest Hillary fan, although I probably would vote for her. Like if it was today, I probably would vote for her. And a part of the reason why I would vote for her is because I know that Bill's in her ear, and I was such a big Bill fan. When I hear Clinton, I think polished. And again, we've probably only been alive and paid attention to probably 5 presidents, right? So it's probably the 2 Bushes, maybe Reagan. Carter's a little before me. I mean, I was alive, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. Clinton and Obama. So, 5, 6 presidents, wherever you are. And out of all of them, I think that Clinton was the most polished guy. And so I don't know if I'm holding something against Hillary because she's not Bill. But Bernie's out there, and I like him. Look, dude, I like him. But, I guess I'm kind of with you. I guess Hillary is the one. And the disappointing thing, the reason why I think Obama won, one of the reasons why I think Obama won when he won is because that age demographic is the age demographic for me that I want to be leading me. Like, I'm not sure Biden going to be here 4 more years, or Bernie Sanders, or all these dudes. I'm not sure. Once you get in the 70s, and who knows when it's over. So I'd like a 48, 56-year-old dude doing it for me. So
that's going to be a Rubio or somebody.
Right, but I'd be hard pressed to vote for a Republican, and I'm with the Chris Rock line of thinking of don't just vote for a party, vote for what that person stands for. But it seems like most of those
Right.
people in that Republican Party stand for the same thing. So I probably could never vote for them.
Gotcha. Well, I wanted to bring it up because I've been giving the Republicans lights. I wanted to make sure that I gave the Democrats some light as well because I have been talking about it over the last month or two as I've been getting heavy into politics. But just wanted to bring that up. We'll see how the next ones go. Obviously, I watch a lot of Fox News. I watch a lot of Bill O'Reilly. He was killing CNN for their questions, not asking a whole lot of foreign policy, that kind of stuff. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. All right, back to Lamar Odom. So really quickly, I just wanted to say a couple other things about it. So Master P made his comments. Kobe basically came out. He didn't point them directly at Master P by putting his name in it, but essentially he said that people should probably not speak out of turn, essentially, and he kind of just defended himself. So that was fine. G.L. Hughley, comedian, he has a radio show nationally. His response was the same thing to Master P was, listen, you can't make that comment because the reality is until the person who's in the situation, meaning Lamar Odom, is ready to hit rock bottom, there's nothing you can do about it. He said he has a favorite cousin who is a heavy drug addict, and it's like his favorite person in the world. And he said that he let this dude steal out of his house, and everybody knew that he was stealing out of the house, but it didn't matter because he just wouldn't believe it. And it took to the point where he had to go pay off a drug dealer. He literally had to get a bodyguard and go into the hood and pay a drug dealer because the drug dealer was getting ready to kill his cousin. Wow. He said he told him that was it. I'm not doing this anymore because he put himself in danger to go pay whatever this dollar amount was to this drug dealer. And he did it. And he said, but that's my cousin and I love him to death. I mean, he's just my favorite person in the world. But until he's ready, there's nothing you can do about it. And hopefully in this case, to kind of wrap this up, hopefully in this case, this is what Lamar Odom needs. Hopefully this is it. If God lets him come back to being healthy, hopefully he goes and he gets the help that he needs and then he can move on,
Well, I mean, I don't have much to say about that because I'm always torn in these situations. We got to think about stuff unselfishly. And, I don't know if he's like, I just want to ride this till the wheels fall off. Maybe he's just out there trying to live that life, and we're sitting over here being pragmatic and saying, hey, he shouldn't be doing this. He's got a life. He's got all this stuff ahead of him, but we don't know what's going on inside of him. So I'm always real cautious to say anything about stuff like this. Because maybe he just wanted to say, you know what, I'm just going to do this and ride this out. I'm going to go to this brothel house. I'm going to be with these women. Because I don't know what these women were doing for $75,000 for 4 days. I don't know what was going on in there. So maybe he just said, you know what? I'm just done with this and I'm going to go do that. So I'm always cautious talking about that.
And real quick, man, just to chime in, because I did have a sentiment towards that. And you hit it on the head. So you can't be so judgmental of someone's actions and not, walking in their shoes. Something that might be minor to you might affect someone, so adversely. And real quick, because I walked away, I'm not sure if you guys touched on it, but real quick, one of the things that he was going to do what he was going to do anyway, but supposedly he saw that episode of the show where they were talking about him not relapsing or going on a spiral because his boy died, his real close friend. So, that might have drove him. But like you said, Sue, I'm sipping. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm going to be nice. I want to get this in. I want these women to treat me, whatever it might be. But again, until we go through a situation where it affects us to a point where we do something that might be looked upon by someone else as being weird or superficial, you just gotta be supportive. Just the human spirit. You know what I'm saying? Just wish him well, keep it moving. God bless him. Worry about the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I'm with you 100% on that. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he recovers. We'll see what happens after that. We'll see what his public statement will be because I'm sure there will be one. And we'll go from there. But definitely wanted to make sure I got that out there and put all of our prayers out to him and his family. Not even going to go into the whole situation with his kids coming and them having to leave because allegedly Chloe put them out. It's just it's so much of a
Yeah,
mess.
come on, man. Right.
Yeah, it's so much of a mess, man.
Hey.
But and another thing, I'm gonna give it. I was trying to keep this for another situation, but it is in full disclosure. TMZ did report. I have a real good friend that's down with NWK. That's an offshoot of TMZ. This whole episode happened at the Loop. They're talking at the Loop in Rahway. It did not happen in Vegas.
Oh, stop.
I just got a text, man. This is my dude, and I'm.
Yeah, okay.
But hey, you heard it first. We don't want to be speculative, but he's a reliable source.
Yeah, okay.
So, they're trying to, they didn't want the whole publicity thing to clash with the Kardashian thing. So,
That's funny. The Loop in, huh?
Yeah.
You got me choking over here. Hey, let me to change up to give you a transition, Mo. I will tell this story. Since I'm not on camera, I was just eating some food, doing all kind of stuff. It's great. It's great not being on camera. I love this. This is the new format of the show. I promise you.
Can you please work that out, because it puts me at a disadvantage.
Why?
Right? Because I can't see your facial expression. So when I say something, I can't tell how it's affecting you. So
we've done this show for 2 years. You know what my facial expression is going to be.
Yeah, that is true, but I need to be able to see that.
You don't know it yet? You're not going to ever know it, bruh.
All right, let's get into some college football. Listen, there were some pretty decent games yesterday, and it's interesting that on the agenda on Friday, I put the game of the week as Michigan State, and that probably had the biggest blunder of the week, I guess, and it turned out to be probably the most spoken about game of the week. So Michigan State came in undefeated. They were 6-0. They went into the Big House to play Michigan. They were 5-1, if I remember correctly, or 4-1. And for the most part, Michigan, was winning the whole game for the most part. Michigan State was right there. Obviously, there was never like really a blowout situation going on here, but Michigan had this game won. They were into the last minute. They had 4 plays, 4 downs to try and get the 10 yards. On third down, it was like 3rd and 3. They ended up getting like a yard and a half, so they were going to have to punt. Jim Harbaugh, the coach, let the clock click all the way down to 9 seconds, and they called a timeout. Now all they have to do is punt the ball away. That's it. Punt the ball away. Michigan State would have gotten a return, or if you punt bounds, then Michigan State don't get a return. They have to throw a Hail Mary, which is fine. They snapped the ball on 4th down. The punter, who actually punts on a soccer style punt, so he kind of punts around to the side, bobbles the snap. He bobbles the snap. He finally gets control of it. At that point, the defenders from Michigan State are on top of him, and he still tries to punt it anyway. The ball gets bobbled, falls out of his hands, gets picked up by the Michigan State defender, runs it to the house for a touchdown. Michigan State wins. Game over. Like, it's something that's so improbable that we don't see this often. I guess we probably see something like this once a year, I'll say. Maybe even twice a year in college sports. The defender name was Jalen Watts Jackson. He was the one who scored the touchdown, and the place was just stunned in Michigan. So, did you get a chance to see any of this?
Yo, dude, I watched it live, and I was just sick. I was like, dude, first off, and you said soccer style kick, so let me just touch on that, and I'm glad you said it because I wanted to speak upon this. If this was a soccer game in Brazil, South America, and somebody did a blunder, like whatever the equivalent of that blunder was in South America, that dude would be dead today. Yeah, they take that soccer stuff. No, and I'm not over exaggerating. That dude might be floating in a river today. Yeah. I have no idea what this punter kid's life's gonna be on campus moving forward for the rest of this year. Like, he's probably locked himself in his dorm room right now, easily, if he made it back to his dorm room. I mean, it was so much hype around this game. It was so crazy, and that's why I asked you the question last week, Mo. Would you rather lose by a lot or lose by a little? See, like, that pain right there is so much worse than the pain of being down 59-0.
The only reason in that particular scenario that I would want to get blown out was because you had the game won. So by all accounts, all you had to do was execute something that's routine to you that you do every day, and you do it probably 15 times in a game. Catch a snap and punt the ball. That's all you had to do in reality. And your chances of winning are probably 98, 99%. Like it's a very small chance that you're going to lose. And the fact that he did not catch that ball, I feel horrible for the kid, yes, without question. I feel horrible for him. Now, did you see that the guy Jalen Watts Jackson, who actually recovered the fumble and ran into the touchdown? Did you see he had to be carted off the field?
Oh yeah, bro, his hip.
Oh, they jumped on him?
Because they jumped on him.
Yeah.
And to pop it back in place.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he didn't even get a chance, and he's the one who made the play. He didn't even get a chance to even enjoy the moment at all. On top of that, and I don't know if you guys heard this, when that play happened, a fan had a heart attack.
No, wow.
Yeah, a fan had a heart attack in the stands.
Wow.
People are taking this too crazy. All right, coming up next, I'm guessing Mo's going to wrap up college sports, and then we're going to get into some NFL and NBA and maybe some baseball. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Will come true.
to 42 minutes after hour, back to the In Full Disclosure Show. Please stay tuned from 12 to 1. BCBL is going to put down the latest hip hop, R&B, and club classics, fully disclosed, from 12 to 1 today. Just because we're not in the studio does not mean the show will not go on. So please stay tuned. You guys will get a chance to see him do this thing from 12 to 1 today. Definitely want to make sure I got that out there.
Can I jump in for a quick second?
Sure.
This format's gonna make me very lazy. I'm gonna be very honest with you. It's gonna make me very lazy. I'm walking around. I just went outside. I'm just like, this is great.
I thought I heard something.
Listen, life is getting easier and easier now. But hey, 2 years in, I got less than 3 to go before I retire. Before I pass this chair on to somebody else, so you have another co-host, Mr. Maurice Morris and Mr. Breeze DVL.
I really don't even hear you.
Of course you don't. Are you still there?
Yeah, you don't hear us?
Yeah, we froze up a little bit, I think.
All right. Everybody's back now.
Okay. So I was saying, how much of a loss as far as morale is concerned is that in the Michigan State game for the Michigan players yesterday?
I'm done. If I'm on the team, I'm first off. Let me ask a question, then I'll answer your question. I never do this. What do you say to that dude? You played your heart out. You're an offensive lineman or something. What do you say to that dude?
Next time, just fall on the ball. You don't criticize him, right? So you tell him that you can't compound the bobble snap by trying to still kick it. Just fall on the ball. So, and it's hard to say because you're in the moment, right? And you want to still make the play because you know you screwed up already. So that's what you tell them. It's a teaching moment, right? Whether you're the offensive lineman making a comment or whether you're the coach, it's a teaching moment.
Okay, but if I'm the coach, if I'm the head coach, I've got to look at my special teams coach and say, did you not prepare for this moment? As far as if we got a bobble snap, this is what you got to do. I mean, preparation is everything. And so if this happens, this is what you should do. And then you got to work on this stuff. What are we doing practice for 2 hours a day? Like, we got to work on every single thing. And we see, like, and look, and they say this, and I know this, I'm going to kind of tie this into the NFL a little bit, and I know you're going to have an issue with this, but this is what they say about the Belichicks of the world, and, they practice every single solitary scenario. And I think that it's important. So for me, more than the kid, I'm looking at the coach saying, I would ask the coach, if I'm a reporter, I'm asking the coach, did you prepare for this situation? That's what I want to know. Did y'all practice just in case this happened? And make him answer that. If the kid froze, he froze. He's a kid. Cool. But I'm gonna ask the coach, did you prepare for this situation? We just saw this in the baseball playoffs with the shift. Did you prepare for that or not? If the guy froze, he froze. But I'm okay with it if I prepare for it and I'm dealing with kids and they froze. Okay, we prepared and he got in the moment and this really never ever happened to him again. But if there was no preparation for this, of course I'm going to hold the coach accountable for it.
No, that's a great point, Sue, because I was just about to say that they practice relative to the shift in the baseball game the other day. They practiced that scenario, but not relative to a walk. If the play was actually in play with the ball, being hit, then they practiced that. But when the walk came, everybody got lackadaisical. That's why nobody covered it. But that's a great point because it's not to say that they didn't practice and it could have been a thing. Whereas maybe in that particular scenario.
Wow. All right, I think that Mo has some technical issues, so I think that
he turned to Tish Murph.
I think that he dropped off the call. This is hilarious. All right, yeah. So, like I'm saying with you, Steve, there is there's a level of accountability that a coach needs to have, and we don't know, so I can't blame a coach because none of the guys actually asked a question. But if they did, if I was the reporter on set, I would absolutely ask that question and find out if this is something that we went over or not. So
Well, and did you see the look on? I mean, let alone everyone's face from the fans, but even at the press conference with Harbaugh, I mean, he just looked, and he's a fairly stoic dude, with the adverse, a lot of the adversity that he'd experienced in the past. But the look on his face just said it all. I mean, he was totally, totally stunned.
And what you got to understand too, Steve, is you got to have the understanding that you got one job to do here, man. Catch the ball and kick it. You know what I mean? Like if my quarterback throws an interception, my college quarterback throws an interception, I'm looking at it like, okay, well, whatever. One job, like at practice, where everybody else is doing all this other stuff, all you doing is catching this ball and kicking it. Like you got one. When you have one job, my tolerance level is a lot lower. You got a multitude of jobs, then fine. Welcome back, Mo.
Yeah, I dropped. I don't know what happened. Clearly, internet connection or something. But you got to be kidding me right now, right? Because it sounds like you're blaming the kid. You got to be.
No, I'm blaming. No. I'm not blaming the kid. I'm blaming the coaches first. I might be blaming the coaches.
So, hear me out for 1 second. I guarantee you that they practice this. There's absolutely nothing the coach can do to make that kid catch the ball. Nothing. So they could have run through this play 10 times, and I can guarantee you that it was taught. If you ever bobble the ball, fall on it. There's no doubt in my mind that a program like Michigan, we're not talking about the Sisters of the Poor, we're talking about Michigan, that they, and Jim Harbaugh being the coach that he is, I know that they've gone through every scenario. It was human error. He made a mistake, and then he panicked.
So don't blame him for panicking?
No, I'm not, because they're amateurs, right? So you tied it to the NFL. So yes, the pros, they can't panic because they're getting paid. The reality is, this is an 18 to 22-year-old kid who's probably not going to be a pro, and he panicked. So
let me ask you a question, right? And now should we? I mean, it's still his fault. Do I?
Yes, it is.
So so if I'm saying I'm blaming, it's his fault. So don't be mad because I'm blaming. It's his. We can't deny that it's his fault. Do you want me to take? I'm not taking his scholarship away. I'm not saying that, but I'm acknowledging the fact that it's his fault. You want to act like it's not his fault. It is his fault. Fall on the ball. If you practice this all day, and this is all there's only 8 scenarios that can happen for you. You got the same scholarship the quarterback has. And there's only 8 scenarios for you. It's 800 scenarios for him. Please work these 8 out.
I don't even know if that kicker has scholarship. More than likely, there's a very good chance he does not have the same scholarship because it's a kicker. But
I'm sure he's got scholarship.
The players all make mistakes.
They do. I'm not.
The run back fumbles the ball. It happens.
Yeah, but I'm not saying kick him off the team. I'm just saying we talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's his fault. We can't deny that it's his fault. That's his fault.
I'm not gonna be.
You're not gonna say whose fault is it then? Nobody's.
No, it's absolutely his fault.
That's all I'm saying then.
I'm not gonna bring it to light. That's me. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not gonna.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell the truth.
All right. Let's run through a few more of these scores. Number 1 team in the land, Ohio State, won 38-10 yesterday, and I wanted to make sure I brought that up because they actually looked like the number 1 team in America yesterday. Ezekiel Elliott, who's the Heisman hopeful, had 150 plus yards rushing yesterday. They started with their quarterback Cardale Jones, but he only threw 15 passes for 84 yards, not looking very good. And the backup quarterback J.T. Barrett was 4 for 4, 2 touchdowns, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. So they still have this 2 quarterback system going on there. I don't know what's going to happen there and whether they're going to pay for that down the road. And when they get into one of these games where it matters and one of these guys are going to have to step up, we'll see how that goes. You get a chance to see any of that game or no?
No, I did not. I didn't even watch any of that game. I only watched 2 games yesterday.
Okay. Number two, TCU. Number three, TCU. They blew out Iowa State 45-21. They continue to roll along. Their Heisman hopeful, Trevon Boykin, was 27 for 32, 436 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he had 74 yards rushing it and another touchdown.
All right,
Now,
let me interrupt you for a second. Who's your Heisman?
Yes.
If you gave out the Heisman today, who would you give it to?
Leonard Fournette, the running back for LSU. But this guy would be a close second, Trevon Boykin.
Okay, continue to run down, then I'll answer you. I'll give you my opinion.
Okay. Clemson, out of the ACC, ranked number 5. They're just rolling along. They beat Boston College 34-17. The other game I wanted to watch yesterday, and I did watch, was LSU. Number 6 played number 8 Florida. They won 35-28. Leonard Fournette, who we spoke about earlier, had 180 yards, I think 2 touchdowns. Listen, he's a load, man. He's a man. He's a man.
Oh,
and LSU.
Absolutely.
I just watched him. Did you get a chance to watch that game or no?
I did not.
So he made one play where they tried to tackle him. He got outside he got through the line. He's probably about 18 down the field. And one of these D-backs tried to come in. And he literally took his arm to my head. Why are you hanging me? I was like a 15-year-old kid with his 7-year-old cousin or his 7-year-old brother trying to mess with him. I mean, he just disrespected the kid. That's not respect. And that's exactly what it was. I think he's going to win the Heisman if he just continues on this particular pace. I don't see how anybody's going to beat him because he's really, really doing his thing.
Yeah, look, I'm a Fournette fan, but I think there's somebody that's really, really under the radar. I'm gonna let you continue to do your rundown.
All right, so Alabama won. They beat Texas A&M 41-23. Wasn't much to that game. Their running back, Derrick Henry, had 236 yards and 2 touchdowns himself. Florida State continued their run. They won 41-21 over Louisville. Ole Miss lost. This was huge. You know, I'm an SEC guy. They went into Memphis, and Memphis is undefeated and got jumped on. They got beat 37-24. That was the shocker of the week, in my opinion. Number 14, Notre Dame. They were home. They hosted USC. USC is coming in after their coach got fired. Steve Sarkisian was fired this week. They had a chance to win this game. Quarterback threw an interception. They were down 7. And they had a chance. They were actually up 7, and USC scored. And then, Notre Dame scored, and then they threw the interception. But I give USC credit because they didn't fold. They came into a hostile environment, had to travel halfway across the country.
That dude's got to get a better.
Did you get a chance to see any of that game, Swoop?
I did not watch that game either. I was engrossed in the first. I watched the Florida State game, so let me not lie. I saw some of the Florida State game. I saw some of the Northwestern game, and then I was listening to the Michigan game while we were trying to work out technical issues. I think Mo's internet is doing something over there. He was talking about the USC game. Breeze, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to watch any of those games, but I wanted to talk about Sarkisian a little bit, and hopefully he gets to dial back in. Interesting that they let him go. It could get ugly down the line because alcoholism is a disease, and he got fired based on his drinking. Allegedly, he was drinking before games and before practice, and
allegedly he was when they had summoned him to come for these meetings. He was intoxicated,
right?
But also, it was a clause. It was a no tolerance clause, supposedly.
Right. Okay, so if it was a clause, then that's fine. It's interesting.
And I mean, that's what allegedly,
right.
State.
And so that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case, then I get it. But if that's not the case, they could be problematic for them down the road. I really want to ask Mo, and hopefully he'll get back on, and I'll ask you as well. if you had a kid that was at that program and you found out, or at a program and you found out that the coach had issues like that, would you try to pull your kid from that program?
No, I think we got you.
You're still trying to reconnect with Mo now?
Yeah, I hear Mo. I'm not sure. Well, look, let's go to break, and we'll satisfy these technical difficulties and get it back going in 3.
All right, let me try this. Everybody, hang tight for a second. I'm gonna try to reload this to see if Mo can get in, and I'll try to give him some technical advice along the way. So hang tight for 3 minutes. If we drop, just stay with us. We'll be right back up. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Cable. All right. If you can talk to him on Skype. You know what? I know why. Hey Mo. Hey, I just sent you a contact request. Just accept it. A contact request on Skype. Just accept it. All right, it says pending contact request. You get a text from me? Yeah. Oh wait, you're Maurice Morris. Oh, that might be why I couldn't. Let me try this. That might be why y'all can't see me too. Tech request.
Alright, there it is.
Was you? Alright. Okay, you see me yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Set.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on with my preferences.
Now I don't see Breeze at all.
Now you what?
I don't see Breeze.
No, you won't, because I'm just calling you directly.
Oh, okay.
There's something going on with this. I'll call you right back.
All right. There we go. What's going on, fellas?
All right, let's just go back.
All right, here we are. Three minutes after that, I'll back to the In Full Disclosure Show. Again, please stay tuned from 12 to 1. Check out our partner, Mr. Breeze DBL. Fully Disclosed will be live and direct. The best hip-hop, R&B, and club classics. As you guys can see, we have our third man finally in video.
Really? I'm in video now?
Yes.
Oh, I can't even see it. Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta take my finger out my nose.
Listen, you don't know
Jesus.
how happy I am right now.
They can't see me though. You can see me, but they can't.
They still can't see you?
I don't think so. I'm in the control room, baby.
Got crazy. Yeah, so I'm happy I can see you because now I can feed off of your energy. So before we went to the break, we were talking college football, and you were telling me that there was some player that you thought was potentially Heisman worthy outside of Leonard Fournette. Who was that player?
So this wide receiver from Baylor,
No chance.
15 touchdowns in 6 games.
No chance.
He might get 30 touchdowns from the wide receiver position.
No chance.
You gotta be kidding me, Mo.
Not even a chance.
Corey Coleman, you gotta be kidding. Not even a chance. He's not getting invited to New York.
Oh, he'll get invited. But
All right, that's all I said. Sleeper. If he puts up 30 touchdowns, he's not in the conversation.
I believe the kid Fournette's nah.
No. And Fournette's the front runner. I'm not debating that. I'm just saying nobody's talking about this kid. I happened to flip onto the Baylor game on Fox and watch this kid catch his second or third touchdown, whatever it was. They said, yo, he's got 15 on the season. He's got more touchdowns from the wide receiver position than every other team except 6 has passes. I said, that's crazy. He's putting up retarded numbers. He's putting up video game numbers down there for the number 3 team in America too. It's not like he's doing it at St. Mary's School of Blind, as you like to refer. He's doing it for a top 5 team in the country.
Yeah, listen, he is. They played yesterday against West Virginia. They blew out West Virginia 62-38. It was 10 catches for 199 yards and 3 touches. So yes, incredible numbers.
I'm just saying, let's not forget about him.
Well, listen, you know where I'm about to go, right? I'm about to go to my SEC bias and say Leonard Fournette, if he were playing against West Virginia and those schools over there in the Pac-12 or whatever conference that is over there, and not the Pac-12, what is it? This the Big 8?
You're gonna stop disrespecting them, Mo.
You're
disrespecting them on purpose now.
Let's just be honest.
You're disrespecting them. You're disrespecting them on purpose, Mo.
Well, I did on purpose. I did do that on purpose, yes.
Okay.
I absolutely did. But you know what? I hadn't heard of him. I'm gonna start to pay attention to him. That I promise I'm gonna do.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think a lot of people, and I hadn't heard of him until yesterday. So again, it's fair. Just give him a look. I mean, he's out. You know who he looks like, and one of the commentators from Fox said it. One of the commentators said he looks like he looks like a young Steve Smith. I don't know what's going on with Mo's.
Okay. I only the Carolina Panthers for all of those years.
Mo, your connection is very slow.
My connection is slow?
All right, now you sound good. You sound caught up.
Yeah, I don't know. Wi-Fi is working, but who knows?
We'll figure it out. You did tell people to bear with us, so hopefully they'll heed to your message.
Hopefully. Really quickly, do you have a top 4 right now for that playoff system in college football?
No, I don't. Again, I would hate to be on that. As much as I'd like to be on a bunch of committees, this is one committee I would turn down because again, I just think that it's styles, right? So like, I don't know who would do what against what. Like, I don't think Michigan State's better than Michigan.
No, they're not.
They're not, but they will be ranked higher than them because of the bobble. But using your words, the eye test, I don't think that they're better than them. Period. So I don't know how people come up with this, and I don't envy them at all.
So Ohio State's definitely in, right?
Again, they haven't played. Well, the way the system goes, yes, but I don't know how good they are because I don't know who they really played. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure. It's just such a hard thing to do. I don't know. This is one thing that I wouldn't want to throw this is one arena I wouldn't want to throw my hat into.
No, I'm with you. You know, another team we don't ever talk about is Utah.
Where are they? How good are they? Right? How good are they? So
they're sitting out there undefeated. They're ranked out there. They're listening. They're 6-0. They won last night. So we don't talk about them.
And again, I think this whole college thing is about, and I think most sports actually are about the matchup, who you play. And so you
Right.
match up with somebody better than somebody else. So, I can make the same argument about, you call it the Big Eight, but it's the Big 12. I can make that same argument about they beat up on each other. Because if I put them in one game against Alabama, could I put TCU up against Alabama and TCU win? You wouldn't care if TCU won because you'd be like, it's one game. You want to see them play 55 times.
No, I would want to see them play in that conference. That's all.
Well, again, because they would beat it. First off, I think every conference, every major conference, most major conferences beat up on each other. So, I mean, we can make, because they all play, most conferences play the same style. So those styles beat up on each other, whatever it is. When we talking about wins and losses. So Baylor plays TCU. One of them win, one of them loses. Then you go, one's got one loss. But they number 2 and number 3 in the country, allegedly.
I get it, but my problem with that is that Alabama's got to play LSU. They got to play.
But it's their style. It's their style. So you just prefer the SEC style. I could say the same thing about any conference.
I know. I honestly, I like to see points on the board, so I probably should prefer the Big 12.
But you don't. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because you don't.
I don't, because they don't have enough teams to make me believe that they have a strong schedule. I'm really more looking at the strength of schedule, right? So the SEC, every week, they have good games, and they're beating up on each other. TCU, they might get 1 or 2 games per year. That's it. In the conference, that's it. But these dudes got to basically go through a gauntlet to be able to be one of those final 4. That's all my point is. It's just strength of schedule and who they're playing.
But you define strength by the SEC. We watched it
by the rankings, and the rankings tell me that the better teams are in the SEC.
Listen, man, we argue this every single year. I mean, we argue this every single week. And I told you, when these rankings come out in a couple weeks, the real rankings after they seen people play, I'll respect those rankings. I'll never respect a preseason ranking. The preseason poll got such and such number 1 based on they got the best recruiting class. We don't know what that means. We don't know what that means. But you will live by that. Some people sit in the room and say, Alabama got 12 5-star recruits this year. They should be the best team in America. They're number 2 in America, or number 1 in America, or number 3 in America. And I'm going, the Dalai Lama, who's predicting this? I have no idea. You got to be kidding me. Now, we've seen some stuff, and if we can disagree about it, but at least we have some information. We have something to base an opinion on. At the beginning of the season, we don't have anything to base an opinion on. So it was easy for me to say, yeah, I guess Ohio State would be the best because they bringing everybody back and they won it last year. But at least it was based on something tangible. I can't translate a high school player to – it's the same way you try to translate a college player to the pros. Oh, my God, he was the best player in college. So what? We don't know what he's going to be in the pros. I mean, I'm watching Damian Lillard come from wherever he came from. Who knew he'd be a good pro? Who knew Steph Curry could be the MVP? We got to see it first before we have an opinion about it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right, I don't agree, but okay. Switching gears slightly. What did you think about Steve Spurrier this week, the former coach for South Carolina, quitting in the middle of the season? How did you feel about that?
Do I get a second? Oh, we only got 4 minutes? We got 4 minutes left? 3 minutes now? Okay.
Is it that long? Whoa.
No, it's not going to take that long. Steve, did you just throw up the West Side sign? All right, let me just check. Look, man, you cannot walk into a family's home and tell a parent to come play for you. You're going to be there for him. Let's be honest. And let's just use mothers. I'm going to just use mothers. He's going to be the father of this child. 18 to 22 is critical time in the growth of a man. I don't know anything about the growth of a woman. I'm a man. 18 to 22 kind of defines who you're going to be. Somewhere in there, 18 to 25, kind of defines what kind of person you're going to wind up being. For Steve Spurrier to walk into somebody's living room and tell them, some mom's living room, and tell them that I'm going to take your kid and I'm going to father him through this critical time and then quit is the worst thing to me. Give me Sarkeesian because it's real life. Like, it's like, let's deal with this situation. You just bailed? Absolutely not, bro. I'm sick about this dude. And forget it. If they were putting up statues of him, take him down. At least play the season out. Don't quit midway through the season. If a player quit on you midway through the season, what would people be saying? What would they say if a player quit?
That's what we agree. We fall in line there. As far as him going to the kid's parents' home, yes, at the time he made his comments to the parents to say, hey, I'm going to take care of your kids, that's probably where he was in his life. The reality is, as you said, things happen, and it's life. So him quitting and his reasons for quitting, I don't agree with. He thinks there needs to be another voice. It's time for them to move on. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm not buying into that. But as far as him leaving, because it's no different than him getting another job later on. That happens all the time. So as a college coach, do you not take another job? Whether it's at the end of the season, you still made your comment to the kid who's a freshman the year that you had him, and then you got a bigger job somewhere else. It's the same scenario.
All right, let me say this then. If you walk in, and I'm not in that living room, but if you walk in that living room and tell that mother, you know what? I'm going to be with him as long as I'm here. I respect you. But if you tell that mother I'm going to be with him while he's here, then I got a problem. Because if in your mind another job could come, then you need to tell that mother that another job might come along and I might leave him. I'm going to be his daddy, but I might meet another chick and I'm out the door. Let's knock it off.
Well, we agree. Him quitting in the middle of the season is the bigger issue for me.
Oh, right. That's the biggest issue for me. But I always had an issue of if somebody walks in that room and says, like, take Marlon. Marlon is a friend of the show. Shout out to Marlon if you're listening. He's so excited about his daughter going to school and so excited about Coach Jazz. And I don't know what his feeling would be if Coach Jazz got the UConn job because she's leaving. But I don't know if she said to Marlon, hey, I'm going to be here until I get another job. Because that might have affected his decision. Because he loves his daughter and he entrusts his daughter in Coach Jazz. Right. So I don't know what that's going to be. Yeah, I got a problem with that.
I also have a problem, and Breeze, we're getting close. When we come back, I want to tell you the other problem I have with the media.
All right, so coming back after the break, I'm going to put Mo on the couch because Mo's got problems. Dr. Sewell in the building. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
part. Twenty-one minutes after I was back to the Full Disclosure Show. You guys are 39 minutes away from DBL and Fully Disclosed. So PM. So before into the break, we were talking about Steve Spurrier, a former coach of the South Carolina Gamecock. Did a lot of years down in Florida as well. Won a couple of national championships. The media. So I think the media has been Spurrier pass. And you know, I've said on there with me that I don't like media. And I think it's not fair that they're going to give him a pass, because if this were a lesser coach and he quit during the middle of the season, he'd be getting roasted. He or she, it doesn't matter the sport, would be getting roasted for quitting, or basically saying, yeah, I think that they needed another voice and it was time for me to step aside. Take the losses, take the L's. And then the rumors are is that he didn't want to have to play Vanderbilt because they probably were going to lose to Vanderbilt. So this is actually hurting his legacy at this particular point, his coaching record. So how do you feel about the media?
I think it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like I again, like I said, man, you know, I'm all about winning, man. I hate losing as much as the next man, for real. But that's more of a responsibility than most people. Like I hold teachers, and I'm gonna call him a teacher, being a coach. I hold them in such high regard when it comes to influencing the growth of people, young people. You know what I mean? Like I could think about a couple of teachers who've molded me to be the person that I am. And so, you know, never playing big time college football, but I could imagine like you with this guy for these 4 years and then for him to just bail. And if they're halfway smart kids, they understand exactly what the media was saying. I'm thinking the same thing. He's looking down his record saying, I might end up 3-9. I can't go out like this. I'm out of here. And that might not be what it was, but that's the perception. So I'm not mad at them saying that. Not at all. Mo, are you still there? All right, so Mo is still having some issues here. I think that I'm still on, so people let me know if I'm not. Shoot me a text at 973-229-1473. Hopefully Mo will be back. Breeze DBL absolutely left the building because that's what he does. He's a part-time lover. That's what he does. But yeah, Steve Spurrier is, you know, his actions to me were cowardly. I don't know how you walk out on some young men like that. And you know when you know we use the terms of war. You know, we're having a sports fight, and we probably shouldn't do it because, you know, shout out to all the people in the armed services who are really at war. But we do use the term as we're going to war together, we're brothers, we're going to live together, we're going to die together, we're going to do whatever. And then you got a guy who just says, I'm out. And so in my mind, it was kind of a Saddam Hussein kind of thing when the Americans ran up on him and he was telling everybody to kill themselves, and then he just put his hands up like, yeah, I quit. So So it's a different thing for me. Again, I don't understand it. I never will. I'll try to. I can never rationalize what Steve Spurrier did, and there's nothing I can say. So I think Mo is back now. Mo, are you
Yes.
here? All right. So
I apologize.
no doubt. I was just telling them that I equated Steve Spurrier's actions to when Saddam Hussein got caught by the Americans. He just put his hands up and said, "Yo, I quit." After he told everybody else, "Don't let them take you." That's
Right.
what it is to me, man. And I'm sorry, that might be a poor example, but you're very speaking from a male perspective. I understand that men are really impressionable from 16 to 25, probably
Right.
really impressionable. And what kind of message does that send? You know,
You,
hopefully most of those guys will be cool, but there's gonna be some guy who thinks that's okay because you look at his track record. Somebody's gonna erect a statue of this guy. ESPN had him on TV after he did this.
of course.
Right. So this may not be. I think we agree that him quitting mid-season was the wrong thing, but once he got a reward for doing it afterwards, I don't know what message that sends to a young man. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha. All right, switching gears to another coach who had troubles this week. He didn't quit, but he got fired. USC coach Steve Sarkisian. Second situation he's had this year with alcohol, where he allegedly came to a game drunk and coached a football game, and essentially he was immediately released of his duties, and he didn't get fired immediately, but the next day he was fired, which surprised me because apparently I thought he was going to go into rehab, and I figured they would fire him after the season was over. But I guess after the first incident he had, they basically told him he was on a zero tolerance policy as far as alcohol was concerned, and he still went on and had the gall to go and be drunk again. And unfortunately, he lost his job. Now, how do you feel about that as far as him going into the parents' home? And I know you kind of referenced it earlier and basically said, I'm going to be here for this kid, but he has his own demons. So they fired him.
You know what's crazy? I might be like wild about that. I'm not sending my kid there now because it's more than a coach now. Now it's the AD to me. Like you made a I'm not saying that I'm sending my kid to somebody who's perfect. So I'm okay if he's not perfect, and I'm okay if this is real life. Like we're gonna have some real life bumps in the road. I'm fine with that. But the way that USC administration, particularly Pat Hayden, specifically Pat Hayden handled the situation, then I have an issue with him. Even more than I have an issue with the coach. You got a demon. I have no idea which. Everybody's got a demon somewhere, and there's something that somebody does. So I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, we found out that he likes this or he does that. I'm getting my kid out. I'm not doing that. Outside of being a pedophile, I'm probably gonna be trying to explain to my kid that this is real life stuff and this is what needs to be happening. But the way the administration dealt with it, I thought was terrible. So I might not. I wouldn't pull my kid out, but I probably wouldn't send my kid there. Once he was in, I wouldn't pull him out. But if he had a choice of going to USC or UCLA, and this came out, I'd be like, yeah, we're going to UCLA.
And speaking of the GM there, Pat Hayden,
The AD. You talking grown? You talking NFL AD, not GM.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they said he had a situation. I didn't realize he had a pacemaker.
Did he? I had no idea he had a pacemaker, bro.
Then they put him on a private plane home, and they said he's fine. But he clearly had a stressful week because he had to deal with all of that this week. Whatever. So, I'm glad to hear that he's actually doing a little bit better.
Right.
But that's it. So it's crazy, man. It's a very fragile thing, these coaches, right? And, we're talking about sending our kids there and what we expect. But in reality, life has changed so much that you pretty much need to tell your kid to not go anywhere for the coach, but you're going for the education.
Gotta go for the. And you know what? You gotta go for the institution. Not even necessarily the education. And you're right. So let me say that. You're right. Let me preface it. You're right. But
Well, you saw here.
right. But understand you're going to the institution. So and you a Carolina guy, you like University of North Carolina.
Yes.
You going to University of North Carolina. You're not going for Roy Williams.
Right.
You want to go to the University of North Carolina to do whatever you're doing because you don't know what professor's going to be there. Everybody else is going to. See, my only issue really is, Mo, and I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second. My only issue is they restrict these kids from doing what the coaches and ADs and all the professionals do. Because as soon as they get a better opportunity, they're out. And they can go right into it. If a kid wanted to transfer to another institution, he couldn't. He got to sit out a year. You don't make an AD sit out a year, or you don't make a coach sit out a year. And so it's just such hypocrisy. It bothers me. And that's why I get so stressed out about this. If you want to let everybody do it, let everybody do it. Or don't let anybody do it. Because at the end of the day, these coaches, these ADs are the examples. And they can go out and do what they're going to do. And then you're telling the kids, oh, no, you can't do that. That's a problem for me. It's a problem for me. So
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So what happened? 100% accurate on that. However, you can't do it with the kids because you open the floodgates. Because especially a football team that has 90 kids on it, all these kids be looking to trying to move week to week. I mean, year to year to year to year. You can't do it. You can't even manage it.
Don't do it with the kids. And this is what I'm saying. Don't do it with the kids. The real answer is stop these coaches and ADs from being able to do it too. So you want to walk? You want to leave this school to go to this school? You got to sit out a year. And the whole the whole landscape would change.
Yeah, but now you're stopping somebody from working, right?
No, because you're telling the kid he's got to fulfill his contract. So tell a coach he's got to fulfill his contract. That's it. You got a scholarship. You're supposed to be here 4 years. If you don't want to fulfill the scholarship, you want to leave. Here's the punishment. You got to sit out a year. That coach got a scholarship. I mean, that coach has a contract. Tell him that he has to fulfill that. I don't understand it. It's real simple to me. It's not rocket science to me.
I mean, I guess it's no different than having a non-compete if you're a consultant.
Exactly.
I guess it's no different.
It's the same thing, but they treat these kids totally different. You can't do this anywhere else. You can't do it. You can't just be like, you contracted with your company right now. You can't just say, you know what, I got a better offer at the competitor. I'm out. There's some consequences to that. And make these coaches and ADs and everything have consequences.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get it.
Breeze is out here having major issues getting back in. I don't know what's up with you guys. You know?
Yeah, well, it was you first, and now it's us apparently. I keep dropping.
No. You always heard me. You just couldn't see me.
That's very true. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk a little NBA really quick. A couple things I wanted to bring up. First thing I wanted to bring up was Doc Rivers, the coach for the LA Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a conversation, and I didn't hear the full conversation, so I want to make sure I put that out there. But I did hear this particular comment. They basically asked him about winning a championship, and he essentially said, you have to be lucky to win a championship. And the next part of the statement is the controversial part of the statement where he said, look at Golden State, meaning they won their championship and they were lucky. Now, I tend to agree with Doc Rivers only in the sense that Golden State had an easier path because they didn't play against any of the team's best point guards. They played against the backups all the way through. Fine. We agreed to take some luck to win a championship. That's fine as well. How did you feel about the comments? Did you take any offense to them? Should Golden State have taken any offense? And we'll get into Steph Curry's response a little bit later. How did you feel about it?
So I'm a little torn about this because if all the other comments weren't made, I'd be 100% clear about this. I thought Doc Rivers basically said, I I thought the luck comment was based on health,
Right.
and so I'm not sure that I think anything else. But so many people talking about Golden State winning that it gives me a little bit of doubt.
They don't like each other. Remember.
I mean, cool. I mean, I'm all right with that. But at the end of the day, Golden State. Here's the issue I have. Right. Golden State won 67 games. Everybody wasn't hurt all year.
Right.
They was kicking on people all year. So if they won 45 games and somebody made that comment, I'd be like, okay, I feel you. They won 45 games and won the championship. They kicked on everybody all year. And then they won the chip and people still mad. Well, the regular season is not the same as the postseason and blah, blah, blah. But they kicked on everybody every day of the season.
Well, that's true. Not saying that didn't happen. That's absolutely true. However, they did kind of get a pass come playoff time. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, but I think a lot. I mean, if we go through it, yes, they did. But I think if we go through it, I don't know how many teams played everybody healthy. Why would not? We talked about this before people started getting hurt. I was going, dude, they beat everybody all year. Why wouldn't I pick them? Now, I picked Cleveland in the East because LeBron took his 2 weeks off and Atlanta wound up getting 60 games in the first seed or whatever. And I was like, okay, I can see that. But Golden State kicked on everybody every day of the year. Why wouldn't I pick them to win?
Okay, that's fair. So let's transition a little bit.
Wait, and before you go, let me just reiterate the point. If they were a 45-win team and they won the title, all of these comments that are coming out about everybody, I feel you. But they kicked on y'all when y'all were healthy. So, what do you want me to do at this point? Looks like Breeze DBL is trying to factor back. Oh, Breeze DBL is back in the building.
You are actually frozen.
I am? Good.
You're frozen. Yeah, but if you saw the picture, Breeze, did you see the picture that I see?
He's a smurf.
His mouth is wide open, right?
Like that? All-ish. Thank God the people can't see me.
Yeah, well, your picture's with your mouth wide open. But anyway, so they asked Steph Curry about the comments, right? And basically Steph Curry says, I apologize for being healthy all season. I apologize for winning an MVP. And he went on and on. And he had fun with it. But the reality is he's with you on this scenario. We did what we were supposed to do, and we won. If it took some luck for us to win, then fine, so be it. And I truly believe to win any type of championship, it takes some luck. There's no way around it. I mean, unless you're just that dominant of a team, it absolutely is going to take some luck. And the NBA has become the teams are a lot alike as far as talent is concerned. So, yeah, it's going to take luck. If you're just so much better of a team, then cool, I get it. But in this scenario, I think people need to kind of stop. I just think Doc Rivers, he just has a thing about Golden State. He doesn't really like them. And that's the team, the game that the series I wanted to see last year was Golden State and the Clippers because I thought it would have been a phenomenal series. And in my opinion, I think the Clippers would have beat them.
All right. Let me give my opinion on that on the other side of this break. But we'll be back. Last segment. Breeze DBL is back in the building. We missed you, bruh. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
41 minutes after the hour, back to the Full Disclosure Show. Again, please stay tuned. In 19 minutes, Fully Disclosed will be putting down. Breezy DBL will be putting out his Fully Disclosed show. So definitely stay tuned. Hip hop, R&B, club classics, maybe even a little bit of rock. Sulu, are you still there?
Of course.
All right. I mean, again, I can't tell from looking at your picture, but wanted to make sure. So I had made a comment before we went to the break about I was thinking that the Clippers would probably beat Golden State last season if they played. So you had some thoughts on that.
I mean, but what do we see during the season? I mean, they were 3-1 against them during the season. You don't care about it. So, you just have a feeling. I try to make my opinions based on something I see. And you make your opinions based on a feeling.
No, I just don't think that the regular season matters about what the record was during the regular season, because one, I didn't sit down and look at how close those games were. Two, I didn't look to see if they were playing off back-to-backs. I just believe that if they played each other and they had the same rest and every night, I think that the Clippers, for style-wise, would have beaten Golden State. That's just how I look at it. I don't really care what they did in the regular season against each other too much. And I put very little into that.
I feel you.
That's just me. I just put very little into it. We'll get a chance to see this year, because to me, the Clippers are the best team on paper this year. They got stronger. They added to their bench, and I just think that they are going to be a stronger team this season. So we'll get a chance to see whether they win 60 games or not. Time will tell. But come playoff time, I know they're going to be a team to reckon with.
All right. Well, I mean, look, I don't have a problem with the Clippers. I really don't. I don't have a problem with the Clippers. I'm good with them. So I hope you're right.
All right, one more NBA note before we start. ESPN is putting together their top 400 players in the NBA. Dwayne Wade ranked number 46 on the list this week. How do you feel about it?
I'm all right with it.
You okay with it?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
being better than him on this list.
I mean, I think people are taking this too personally. They're trying to predict how many games you play, your injuries, they're basing it on. I don't put too much stock into it, but the way for the formula that they're putting together, I don't have an issue with it. The numbers that they're using. If you ask me if Kobe was the 93rd best player in the league, I'd be like, no, it's not 93 players better than him. But over an 82-game season with availability and predictions of will he be hurt or not, I'm not mad at that. That's all I'm saying. Like you seem to be.
Yeah, they need to throw this list out. Throw it
in. All right, cool.
Chris Middleton. And I'm not saying he's a decent player. He's a pretty solid player, but his impact is not going to be the way.
Would you take D-Wade or Kobe right now?
Yes.
You take D-Wade?
Barely.
Barely?
Only because of age, yeah. Barely. And only because of age.
Mm-hmm.
Purely because of age, I would take D-Wade over Kobe. Because to me, reality is D-Wade has a lot of miles on his legs, and he stays hurt quite a bit himself. But just because of age alone would be my deciding factor. That's how I look at it. Well, next week and the week after, we absolutely will go into handicapping the whole Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. So do some work this week on checking those out, because I want to really delve deep into.
You're delving.
You said what?
You're delving deep.
Yeah, I want to get deep into the NBA season, because it starts on the 27th, I think it is, as the first game. So we're close, and there's a lot of interesting stories out here, and a lot of teams have made themselves better. And then I'll give the Spurs their due. They went out and they got one of the best free agents on the market this year. So I definitely want to be able to get into that fairly deeply. One more thing about the NBA really quickly before we switch. The situation in Cleveland with their big guy, Tristan Thompson, still has not been resolved. And even the 1-year qualifying offer of 6.7 now has gone off the table. I mean, because as of time in the rules of the NBA, that's gone. How do you think that situation is going to play itself out?
Look, man, I I'm not mad at the owner because this dude's about to be grossly overpaid, grossly. And so, from a fiscally responsible position, I don't have an issue with dude. Whew. I don't know. Dude gonna cave, man. Once you're not getting those checks, dude's gonna cave.
I don't know if he's gonna cave, man, because he turned down. They actually offered him a 3-year, $52 million deal, like a shorter deal. He turned that down. They offered him a 5-year, $80 million. I don't think he's gonna cave. He truly believes he's worth $94 million. So if you're gonna let those $14 million stop you from signing a five-year, $80 million guarantee deal, I don't think he's gonna cave.
I think the other part that we have to factor in is it depends on what the record is out the gate. If they come out 12-1, he loses leverage. If they come out 6-6, he gains leverage.
I don't know if he does. They loaded at that position. I mean, you got the Brazilian kid back who was hurt most of last year, and you got Kevin Love there, and you already have the 7-foot center. Do you really need Tristan Thompson?
I mean, hey, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I'm totally with you. So I don't know what's gonna happen there.
All right. One more thing, and I keep saying one more thing about the NBA. Last night I got a chance to watch a little bit of the Lakers and Golden State. Did you see any of that preseason?
I did. I saw the first half. Steph's a clown.
Did you almost fell and threw it between his legs and shot the three?
Yes, he's a clown. And look, when we talk about handles, I go, I don't know how to define who's got a better handle because that's retarded.
It's retarded. Well, see, to me, it was the end of the play, right? So yes, the handle he threw it between the legs, but the follow up is what Kyrie Irving can't do. I just believe Kyrie has a better handle, but that's just me. But
okay, I don't mad at you. I just don't think it's far. I don't think it's far. I don't think it's far apart though.
Right. The completing of the play, this guy, I mean, just his release, we've never seen anything like it. It's special. We really should be admiring what he's doing.
Oh my God. We're seeing something special, for real.
And as you always say, he's a video game out there. He's literally playing a video game.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
But the other reason I brought the game up was, did you get a chance to see Golden State's $8-some million man and the kid from Michigan State, the power forward?
Draymond
Green have to guard the kid from Kentucky?
No. Oh, Julius Randle?
Julius Randle in the first quarter had 15, was going at his head. And at one point, he scored the bucket, got fouled, and said, he can't guard me. He can't guard me. I told you he can't guard me. Like, he was in it. He really wanted to go at Draymond Green.
Nice.
And they both are about the same size. They both are about 6'7". But I tell you, Julius Randle, and I'm not a fan of his game, but last night he looked really good in that first quarter.
Nice. Hey, I root for the kid, man. I hope he's he had an unfortunate injury last year, and I hope that he gets it back together.
Next week we're gonna get into some basketball. D'Angelo Russell, their number 1 pick for the Lakers. Not sold.
Me neither. And let me tell you what I'm sold on though.
Who?
Moutier. I've only seen it once. I only saw him once too. But I said, I saw him against Golden State.
Okay.
And yeah, he was like, I don't care about none of these people out here. He didn't care about nobody out there.
Yeah, he's going to be a really, really good.
He's going to be a problem out here.
He's going to be a problem. All right, let's talk some NFL real quickly. We got 6 games on the docket that I put on the list. The first game was Arizona going into Pittsburgh. Arizona got their first loss last week.
The week before.
The week before. Yeah. Okay. And the Steelers are still playing without Ben Roethlisberger. It's in Pittsburgh. I don't know why ESPN this morning has such a big deal about this particular game. I mean, they're all over Pittsburgh showing all this stuff about city and talking about the Immaculate Reception and just all of this. Do you understand why this game is such a big deal?
No. I have no idea. I have no idea, brother.
I definitely didn't get it. And the fact that Ben Roethlisberger is not playing you know, I was like, well, okay, why do they care so much? Michael Vick is there. He looked a little bit better last week. They ended up getting a win off of a great call by their coach, Mike Tomlinson, where he basically played a wildcat to Le'Veon Bell, and he ran the ball in as the time was expiring. So I'm giving that. Okay, I'm not going with the Steelers, even though they're at home. I'm definitely giving Arizona the win today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll give Arizona that win as well.
You know, Carson Palmer he's playing okay over there. And
No, he's playing more than okay. Don't do that. He's playing more than okay over there.
He's playing okay over there.
All right. Again, you got I know Jay Cutler's playing better than him, right? I feel you.
Oh, I did not say that. Did not say that. But I just don't think Carson Palmer's out there big. But he's playing.
I'm getting you in and out, Mo. Breeze DBL, are you there? All right, I got nobody here with me now. I guess it's just me. So he's recapping games right now. I'm sure Mo will be back in the building shortly. I can see his picture, but it's a little frozen. So as he did ask you guys to grin and bear with us, we will work through these technical difficulties. I hear somebody now. Mo, is that you? Breeze, is that you? Anybody out there?
So, you still there?
Yes, I'm waiting for you. I can hear you now. I hear you domestic violencing your computer. Are you okay? Are you all right? Welcome to All Access 660. That might be the government. I'm not sure what's going on here. Mo, are you there? Breeze, are you there? Is anybody there? Think everybody's gone. I don't know. There's a moment of silence for these guys. Have no idea. Maybe it's my fault. And hopefully you guys can still hear me now. Not sure, but if you don't, my apologies. Well, that's interesting. So maybe with my fresh hot takes. So here we go. We'll see if we can get Mo back on the line now. Here he is.
You see me?
No, I don't see you, but I can hear you though, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with this computer. But anyway, I don't know. There's 4 more games. Let's just get to them really quickly. Cincinnati at Buffalo.
Wow. I got Cincinnati. I think they're the truth now. I got Cincinnati.
And Buffalo's playing without their starting quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is not going to start today. EJ Manuel is going to start. I'm actually going to take Buffalo in this game.
And I root for EJ too. So, but I'm gonna bet with my head, not my heart. So, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
I'm going to take Buffalo because I think Rex is going to battle up a good defense today, and they're gonna put a stop to that whole Red Rocket or whatever his nickname is that y'all call it.
Red Rifle.
Same difference. Because he shouldn't have a nickname, to be honest. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
But I need him to throw to AJ Green, though. I need that to be a positive. All right. Carolina and Seattle. Who do you have there?
I'm going to take Carolina.
On the road, in that building.
I don't care about Seattle anymore.
You're out of your mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
you took Seattle last week, didn't you?
I did, but I'm after. Wait a minute. Who did they play last week?
Cincinnati.
Where at?
I don't care. I'm sure you took Seattle. I don't care where they played. They could have played in the park down the street from us.
Okay, fine. That may be true, but Carolina's not going to be able to put any points up. Carolina can't put points up on any defense.
Neither can Seattle.
Huh?
Neither can Seattle.
Yeah, but I believe that being at home, Carolina has zero chance to win. Zero.
There's a lot going on here.
Seattle at home. And your boy Cam is going to have a long day.
All right.
Just saying. All
right, well, we'll find out.
New England at Indy. This is the whole Deflategate situation. New England is going to come in with a chip on their shoulder because Indianapolis allegedly was the ones who blew the whistle about as far as this whole Deflategate situation. That really factor into this game?
Yes. There is some motivation. I think there's motivation for I don't think there's a motivation for a season, but I think there's motivation for individual games. And I do believe that this is a motivation. So
okay.
I will take New England all day. With the points.
Believe it or not, I'm not.
Would you like to double up on your wings?
I'm sorry?
Would you like to double up on your wings?
No, I'm not going to bet this one. This one I won't bet. I know you're the one with the Cowboys.
They double digits. It's double digits.
Nah, I'm not going to do it only because I'm expecting Andrew Luck to play. And I believe that they're going to actually win this game. I don't know why. I just have a feeling the fact that they're at home, they're going to win this game. If Andrew Luck is playing.
I'm going to give you the 10 points.
Nah, I don't want it.
12?
Nah, I don't want it.
What if I gave you 20?
You gave me 20 points, I got to tell you, right?
I can't do that, Mo. I can't do that.
All right, 2 more games. Giants go play Philly. At Philly, Monday night. And Odell Beckham may not play. He's hurting a little. I'm taking Philly.
Well, you also are picking teams because you're thinking about your Cowboys.
Oh, that game absolutely true.
Yes. I'd probably take Philly too.
And I just don't believe the Giants are that good, but that's just my own personal opinion.
Of course.
Guess who's Bizak?
Sorry, Breeze.
It's all good.
And the last game of the week, San Diego at Green Bay.
I'm never betting against Aaron.
So of course.
Give me Green Bay.
Of course.
Who you taking?
I'm taking Green Bay.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
If they went to 100, I'd probably be.
All right, Breeze DBL is up now. Thank you guys all for hanging through our technical difficulties. Give us a couple weeks. We'll work through this. This format is making our lives a ton easier, so hopefully you guys will appreciate that. And what do we say? Less than 3 years to go? The countdown is on? The final countdown?
Big clock.
Breeze is up. What are you going to do for us today, Breeze? Never mind. Forget it. I feel
Don't
you.
even
I already know. Never mind. All right, Breeze is up. Rotten. No.
You are now listening to the Breeze DB Alpha Lakers Pause Mix. Cause I'm a different me. I'm a flower, I'm a bird, I'm a breeze beneath the tree. I'm a bird and I am peace. I am free, the bird. I am beauty, I am real. I'm the sun, I am. I am love, we try to be. I am joy, differently. I can be all that I can be. That's all that I can I am torture and I am pain. I am fear, I dominate. I am you, we're the same. I am bound in your way. I don't see anything. I am dead and I am doomed. I am sin, I am free. Whoa, this, that, I refuse to conform. I am different, I'm not a norm. Hey, I'm a just friend. I can be.
Yeah, all right, boss. Even though you know my love is real, you still wanna go and come near me. To other lovers, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. It hurts me to see you perfect. You need to settle down. I'll touch my soul that is me. Believe me when I say I'm complete. My dream lover. When I am alone, I think of you. Come on, baby, come on. I want you from sleep, I'm a believer in love. I just wanna see you take your place. You still wanna go away, torture me over and over. My words about you, the sweetness of your voice is how I wanna hear. My eyes don't like to feast the
she learns the way. Your hair is always natural, you look so real. And you always tell me things she never said. Girl, you got me chasing. The logic of emotion is all I know. If I was a hero, you lay your head. You wake up in the morning, and baby, don't you worry, 'cause I choose to stay. All my friends be wanting me, but I don't listen. They don't know you are amazing. You got me searching, searching. 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 Every little soldier tonight. You set my lust on fire with your love. Thinking that I hold on, it would be on your lips. Girl, you got me chasing. I am just amazed at how you have all these tricks. I'll keep me searching for what I won't find. You got me searching, searching for life. You got me searching, searching for trust. You got me searching, searching for life. You got me searching, searching for trust. Thinking that I hold on, it would be on your lips. Girl, you got me chasing. I am just amazed at how you have all these tricks. Are keeping me searching for what I won't find. You got me searching, searching for life. You got me searching, searching for trust. You got me searching, searching for life. You got me searching, searching for trust. Take it sweet, make a love on the dance floor. Baby, I've never been like this before. Chocolate coating, waiting for you to adore. You put your hands where you know it don't belong. I roll my eyes, but something says I'm ready right along. You touch softly, make me wonder. Is there something that should be waiting for? So dark, I wanna be the living fantasy. So dark, oh yeah. Sleepless nights, I lie awake all night. I'm hearing voices. It sounds like they're calling my name. There's just whispers all over the room. Can somebody wake me up so sweet? Someone start to touch this voice, but it's not there anymore. I go crazy, headed out you by my side. I go insane. I am lonely, so without you by my side. It's hard to believe that. It's hard to accept my soul cries for you. The space that lives in my heart is bigger than the universe. I am crying, I'm dying, I'm trying to accept this emptiness. And the reason I'm leaving, how can I make sense? I go crazy without you by my side. I'm losing my mind. I'm So let me be a love creature. You be like a sister with the Holy Ghost. Come on and take your hand, oh, like you're something fine. And all you got to do, yeah, see me by your side. Baptize me, oh, baptize me, yeah, baptize me, oh, baptize me, with your sweet baptize, oh, sweet baptize, baptize me, with your sweet, sweet love, love you, all the way home. Let me hear you say amen. Oh, baptize, we're all sweet, sweet love. Your sweet, sweet love. Your sweet, sweet love.
Young Breezy just did it for y'all. Fully disclosed. Every weekend, every Sunday, 12 to 1.
12 to 1.
Next week, we'll solve some more technical difficulties. We'll be back. Maybe we'll Skype it again. Maybe we'll be in the studio. Maybe we will be on location. Only the nation will know. My bad, Breeze. I stole that. Peace. Enjoy it. Have a very safe weekend. And love the people you with.